What's up, everyone, and welcome to On Channel G. Today, the very special day, as you guys can see the hat. See the hat? Yeah. So today is a very special day. It's our first episode of Watch Worthy, where we discuss TV shows, series, movies, trailers, all that cool stuff. So today we will be discussing Stranger Things, which is an 8-episode Netflix original series. But before we get started, I would like to introduce some very cool, hardcore nerd friends of mine. B, take it away. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Suno here.
Bow down to your master.
We have Flacco.
What's up, guys? What's up? It's your boy Flacco.
Why the fuck do I want a caravan? It's got no fucking wheels.
This is awesome. I'm excited.
We have Sire on the spot. Say what's up.
Shit, hey, what's up, everybody?
How many times do I have to tell you, punk?
Here, ready to talk about some shows.
And then we have me. Hi.
Who are you, sir?
Oh, I'm Sundown.
It's all in the reflexes.
Piece right here. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta run. So
When you introduce yourself, you gotta do it like you gotta have the Sony intro for you. The old school one too, the regular PS one.
that would be kind of dope.
That wild effect they used.
Wasn't it like maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they did that high pitched thing at the end, no? Or was that
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I read. Did
That's
that
really
little,
cool. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, with a Sony triangle.
Yeah,
diamond.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. So all right. So then, as you all know, we're here talking about Stranger Things, the new show from Netflix, and so B, we're gonna get right into it. So this episode we're actually gonna start talking about the first episode. Should we do spoilers or not really?
No spoilers.
Well-
we try to
well,
keep it vague.
The spoiler, as in, like, we're gonna talk about the start to finish of the first episode, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
because then technically it's not really a spoiler. Like, that'll just get them into it. Like, oh my god, this was crazy.
All right. So we could do like light spoilers. You know what I mean, kind of a thing or
Right,
whatever.
that's
All right. Okay. All right. So to get right into it, Stranger Things is a Netflix original show that takes place in Indiana in 1983. It revolves around the mystery of how a young boy went missing. So essentially, one day this young kid is playing with his friends. It's time to go home. He gets on his bike, runs down along the road going home, and when he runs into a shadowy figure. Now, by episode 1, obviously, we don't know what this shadowy figure is, who it is, what it is.
That is true, and also we have no idea what he even looks like. Really, we've seen that one or two silhouettes of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But apparently, the son bitch could teleport too, because in the very beginning, when that scientist was running away, I mean, booking it, yo. I'm telling you, he ran a 4.40 just now. Yo, he was out, that scientist. I don't know what he doing in the lab. He need to be in the Olympics somewhere. But he makes it to the elevator, I turn around looking, like clicking on the button, and all of a sudden, he's up on
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
Pulled through the ceiling.
sir, time out.
Well, pulled through the lights.
You know what? It actually, like, for some reason, it kind of reminded me, like the part where the kid was running, I guess, home, like through the woods. He took a shortcut or whatever. And he ran home, and then he got to like a shed or something. Oh, I think actually he was home first. I think he was home, and he opened the window and he saw the monster, like like the silhouette of the monster for some reason. And I think that's kind of like what got me a little bit was I'm sure we've all seen like Pumpkinhead, like from back in the days. So I remember seeing like those. You know what I mean? It's like it kind of, because I used to be scared to, like, I would see Pumpkinhead and I wouldn't be able to sleep. Like, you know what I mean? Like for a while. So it kind of got me into that. But at least from the start of the show, for me personally, like Karan, like you were saying, the music, the sound effects, you know what I mean? Like it has such a true 80s feel. The neon,
Yeah, that small town feel, that the font that they use, straight from like Fright Night and those other types of old movies, and that soundtrack, like, sounds like done on a Casio keyboard.
Yeah, they're like
Oh, it's so perfect. It's so
Yep.
perfect.
Yep, it really is.
And it's got Winona Ryder in it. Let's
Oh.
not forget.
Score.
Come on.
Score. And yo, tell me she does not sell like a stressed out, just overexerted, like the show's mother, man. Like I felt bad for her from just out the gate. Her looking for her keys in the couch and just all jacked up. You can just see like she just worn.
Yeah, she hadn't slept in
Yeah,
forever.
man.
You
Yeah.
know, the smoking, the jittering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just like, Lord, this poor lady, and then now, boom, your youngest is missing. But like, yo, I was a believer of her character, Joyce, from the jump.
I kind of liked how and again, I think this show for me personally, it touched me in a way where, because it took me back so properly, like when the kids were
We were in that lunchroom with them. Plain and simple.
You said what?
We were in that lunchroom with them.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna say. That at that point it was like when the two bullies came out and it was like it was a little racial, but it was perfect. You know what I mean? Because it was like when yeah, he was like yeah. He was like midnight and then whatever the fuck else. It was, dude. It was. I was laughing. I was literally laughing. My wife was like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "Baby, that was so funny. It was perfect. It was like perfect racial joke that they threw in there." You know, another movie that it kind of put me in mind of was The Goonies. Only in the respect that. Because, you know, like in the Goonies, aside from the fact that, again, it was like an 80s movie, it's definitely a period piece, but all of the kids were super different enough that they didn't necessarily have to build well, first of all, the Goonies is a movie, not a show. But in the movie, even though it's, 2 hours, whatever the case it is, but they did a good job that you cared about each kid as they were going through their, their dilemma or whatever. So in this show, especially after the school part where they were being picked on and they made the kid with no teeth, joking about him or whatever the case may be, and they're kind of going through line on line, just teasing him.
Yeah, Dustin.
So no, we're gonna go to you. So so go ahead, tell us what you thought.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not necessarily new to the Netflix originals, but aside from like I haven't watched Orange is the New Black, I've watched Narcos, which I loved, and then I saw a trailer for the Sci-Fi show. It's kind of like this. What Sci-Fi Channel didn't do was put me on to sci-fi shows, because most of the things on Sci-Fi Channel kind of sucked after a while. So once they said Netflix Sci-Fi, I was like, all right, let me give this a try. And then, I was completely blown away because it had immediately this kind of Silent Hill feel. And, Silent Hill is one of my favorite series, the ambiance, the world, the mystery, mystique. So Stranger Things had that like immediately. And plus, it definitely appeals to like nerds in the sense that it begins with like Dungeons and Dragons type game. They're role playing, intense. So right from the jump that you're going to get something special. So like from there, I was just hooked in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, as more and more mysteries revealed or didn't get revealed, it just had me at the edge of my seat. So, I'm getting excited just thinking about it again. I'll let someone else jump in before I take over.
Yeah, man, I totally agree with you, Suno. Like that 80s ambiance. First of all, we're all 80s babies, so it is awesome. Just that alone. Just an 80s. Yeah. And that intro. I'm there oh, where my it's just so good. Like that intro is so sick. And, I mean, everything about it, like the walkie-talkie that they had. I remember just wanting one so bad and thinking about always wanted one. I remember now. And what was it, Saved by the Bell? When Jack Morris had that humongous one. So they did everything right. Like watching it, it brought me back. Even though it was 1983, I was only 3 years old, but still, like it just, from them riding their bikes, the kids, like you saying, the Dungeons and Dragons. Even though I never did play it, but I truly I respected it for some reason. I would always go by remember those board game stores they used to have? I always wanted the figures. I definitely always wanted the figures. I didn't play the game at all, but just, respect and love them in the cartoon also on Saturday. So it truly set the tone totally just by getting everything right about the 80s. That was like, they had me with that. And that intro.
Yeah. I think for me, what got me was for some reason the bikes, like the BMX bikes or whatever they had.
Yes.
Like you know what I mean? Like I remember when we were kids, it was like we would always be like it's like we'd be riding, but we put someone in the front of it, and then you know what I mean, and then
Yep.
In the back.
And Mike, and the banana
That
seat
initial
too.
kickoff.
God, those banana seats. Oh my goodness, crazy.
yeah. I think for me also it was like, because I think it was definitely a period piece in that everything, like you said, like from the cell phones to the walkie talkies. I think what got me mostly too was the clothing that they had, because I think we all seen like our parents or family members with like those old school brownish pictures where they had like those, you know what I mean, like those kinds of
Exactly.
High corduroy pants.
So so in final thoughts, Brian, starting from your end, what did you think, and do you recommend watching more?
Yeah, I definitely recommend watching more, in this kind of Netflix binge era. I'm almost afraid to keep watching because shows like this, I never want it to end. So I'm on episode 1 now. I don't want to know how many episodes there are. I'm going to watch some more. And hopefully this goes on and on for long enough that, I'll never get tired of it. They can figure out a way to keep expanding on whatever this weird mystery boy-girl monster type thing is going on. So definitely gives a seal of approval for horror, genre fans, nerds alike. I'm in it.
Flacco, what about you?
I just want them to find Will, man. I just want them to find Will. Yeah, it was awesome. They had me. They had me from jump. Like I said, from the scientists booking it out of that laboratory. I got to see what else is gonna happen, and from that, the boogeyman to L and her psychic powers, crazy ladies running around with silencers, popping off dudes. Like you just got to see what's next. So yeah, they got me, man. I'm hooked.
Force powers. Can we say force powers?
And the 80s, and it's the 80s. I'm hooked.
Exactly.
All right, Bob. So what about you?
Oh man, this is definitely binge worthy. For me, it hit all the points. It's got that horror factor going on, the nerdiness factor, talking about X-Men 134, part of the Dark Phoenix saga. Man, it's too good. It's too good. Being 80s too, man. It's that, and that soundtrack. Honestly, that soundtrack caught me with that. I mean, the whole atmosphere, the acting in it's perfect. Yeah. Definitely, I'm binge watching it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
All right, so yeah, for me, it's same as well. I loved every single part of it. Obviously, we're doing a review for the first episode, but it's definitely one of those episodes that you kind of can't, like, whether you got work the next morning or whatever the case may be. It's like you don't care. It's like you gotta watch it. You have to sit through it. It was perfectly done, executed, produced, written. I mean, it was perfect for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely definitely on for the ride. And so fellas, thank you for joining me in this little adventure. And to everyone else out there, thank you for taking the time out, showing some support. Aside from that, share with your family, your friends. Hit that like button if you liked it. If you didn't like it, then hit it anyway. Subscribe to the page if you really liked it. And until then, we'll follow up with this video soon. Until next time, people. Peace.